everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. And this week, everybody, we're gonna be talking about different things. And of course, I want to introduce my beautiful co-hosts, Rachel. How are you doing?
Oh, when I come to this studio, all my worries go away.
All your worries go away because she knows how to get money out of me. And for like a half an hour, we came early this week, and I said I'm not giving her any money. And I promise you, she conned me at the 1 minute of the show. You're good. And she started telling me how my soul is going to heaven. I really said no. But then my soul, I don't know. Anyways, we have her friend Leah. Leah, how are you, Leah?
Amazing.
Can you actually laugh like this when I tell my joke?
I was only laughing this because I practiced so well.
But you never laugh.
So funny.
But
I'm
you
going to
laugh.
listen.
And then we have, of course, my delicious friend and good buddy, father of two, Yankee.
Good evening.
So Yankee, before we start the commercials, you got to tell people you do these magical shows, right?
Correct.
What is it? Just tell us one more time before I start the show.
So it's basically a show for kids. Have a little bit of magic, a little
Birthday
bit of
parties,
birthday parties, bar mitzvahs,
bachelor parties.
I would do a bachelor party.
You would do a bachelor party?
Give me the right amount of money. Yes.
Okay.
What would you do at the bachelor party? We have a few people calling in. They want to know what you would do.
He'll blow up the balloons and make them look like.
You know what? It's always fun to be
rabbis.
a kid.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, Yankee, how do they reach you and call your?
You can reach me at 917-680-7483. That's 917-680-7483.
Well, everybody, we're on the air, and we're on WSNR channel 620 AM. You can hashtag me or email me at justenoughheshy@gmail.com or hashtag justenoughheshy, or you can check me out on Facebook, Just Enough Heshy, and YouTube, Just Enough Heshy, and you can even text me during the show at 718-288-7844, 718-288-7844. Rachel is so excited to start the show because she has a new client she wants to advertise because she ate there. I paid for it, but that's not the point. The point is she wants to try to get another free meal out of the guy, and you're not getting it, but he's going to start advertising with us.
That's 100%
Okay.
sure. As a matter of fact, they took 20% off. And
Of course, Rachel, of course. But let me start the show before then we're going to do my quote joke of the day. And don't forget, I really want you to laugh, okay? Yankee.
Yes.
You're going to laugh?
I will.
Okay. Anyways, here we're going to go. We have a company called Shamula Jewelers, one of our old advertisers. He's located at 944 Kings Highway. His phone number is 718-336-1980, 718-336-1980. Shamula Jewelers, a family-owned business for over 40 years, specializing in diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, and diamond jewelry. Or bring in your own jewelry to redesign and freshen up. Shamula Jewelers, Rachel.
they bring out the sparkle in you.
They got the sparkle for you, but okay, that's good. 718.
They got the sparkle for you.
718. We'll get better. 718-336-1980. Again, the corner. They're located at 944 Kings Highway. 718-336-1980. And then we have Tehila Tishla. Well, I'll let you go next.
I just want to say that you got my attention when you said jewelers, Rachel. First of all, I knew it was my cue, and second of all, yes, there was a sparkle in my eyes when you said jewelers until I realized I'm on radio and it's just my cue.
Do you have a lot of jewelry?
Not so much.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go to Tamula Jewelers.
Tamula Jewelers, right. They'll sparkle you up.
All right.
Anyways, we have Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842, TEETEESTYLES.com. Tehila does wigs, makeup. She gets you ready for all different events. Check out her website at TEETEESTYLES.com. Call her for private appointments at 718-675-6842. Rachel, take it away. She brings out the beauty in you.
She brings out the beauty in you.
Okay. Well,
you know you're always the best.
Tehila.
If you weren't here, there'd be no show.
Well, Tehila Tishla. Reach her at 718-675-6842, ttstyles.com. And then, of course, we have Green Line Building Solutions. We help you with plans, permits, vacate orders, stop work orders. We're located at 5318 16th Avenue, 718-871-0382. Again, 5318 16th Avenue, corner of 16th Avenue, 54th Street. Trust me, the Department of Buildings, the Health Department, the Department of Consumer Affairs, they're coming down hard. They're just walking around here without permission. The Governor Cuomo, I don't know what he gets out of it, but I know Mayor de Blasio is just torturing us, making us trouble, do anything they want. It's just not right what they're doing to us. And I have more and more clients coming in who can't sell their homes, and they're just changing the laws as we go. As we get somebody in compliance, they change the law again.
I do need to tell you that while we were sitting in Ceviche restaurant right next door to the studio, and yes, we do have them as a client. I'll tell you what, I think they have me as a client too, so it's a pretty good deal.
Did they throw the meat in the air and light a fire in front of you?
Only because we're ladies. But we did see them do that to the children. They were having such
By the way,
a great
Rachel,
time.
if they want to call into the show, what number do they call at?
Exactly. They call at 718-303-9090.
And they could ask us anything.
They could ask us
Yankee,
anything.
what's the phone number, Yankee?
718-303-9090.
Call it, everybody. We have a lot to talk about, and we'll answer all your questions. Remember, next week is a holiday weekend, so we'll be off for 2 weeks. But still, it's going to be a wonderful show. Go ahead, Rachel. What else we got?
I just want to advertise Ceviche Avenue V and Coney Island Avenue. I really did feel like I was transported to some fairyland over there. They're open every Sunday from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., and on Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat, from 1 hour after Shabbat. It's a really fun experience.
What's the phone number?
I did not ask them, but you know what? If
So
they
just
call
walk
you,
to the corner of 60. Just walk to Coney Island Avenue V and walk in and say what? Rachel sent me.
actually, I'll tell you what you should say. We did make that part up with them, that if they say just enough for Heshy Show, they will get 5% off of their bill.
Well, you better look it up on your phone while I do the next.
What kind of food is
ad.
it? Is it Chinese? What kind of food?
It's a Japanese where you cut the meat up and you throw it in the air and they flip it in
Oh,
the
they have
mouth.
the fire in front of you. And shit.
Yeah, I went to that.
It's really
And we have
good.
$25 car rental. He's located on 18th Avenue of Coney Island Avenue. Get into the car Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Stay in it for $25 rate as long as you want. A minivan, $35. 718-851-2000 or 800-2495-2495, which is $24.95. Again, $25 car rental. He's located on 18th Avenue and Coney Island Avenue. Again, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, get into a car for $25 and keep it as long as you can. If you have a car accident, he will call the insurance company. Minivans are $35. Anyways, that's our commercials for now, and I'm hoping we get the show started. Rachel?
I did listen to your instructions as you asked, and I looked it up. The number is 718-444-6222.
Really?
Yes.
718-644.
6222.
That's the Hibachi restaurant.
So cool then.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about Sam, my barber. He gave me a very nice haircut this week.
I want to hear about
beautiful.
it.
Yeah, 4225 18th
I do
Avenue.
the pun. I want to hear about it.
718-484-2499. 718-484-2499. Sam the barber, located at East 2nd and 18th Avenue. Here's my joke and quote for the day. Are you ready?
I am ready.
And I want you to hear this quote because it's going to be talking about one of my subjects. Courage.
What are your subjects? Are you a king? I thought you were just running for assemblyman. Oh, this was very important. I got the entire restaurant to already get their votes ready to vote for you when you run.
Are they even in my district?
They're going to move to your district.
Gotta move to vote for Heshy.
No, they are. They are here, all from this district. Yes.
Did you bring home me and Yankee at least some doggy bag, a dessert, something?
French fries, anything?
Anything?
They don't serve French fries.
They serve French fries.
They did say they're open until 11, and we're invited back. And now we can order more since we know it's on your credit card.
The after party.
We're broke. Anyways, here's my quote. Courage isn't having the strength to go on. It's going on when you don't have the strength.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Wow.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's and I know a lot of people who are, when I sit in the youth center in the hospital, I say, I know you're tired. I know you're broken. Let's keep going on. And I know it's easy for me to say because I'm in a different situation, but still, you got to have courage and you don't have to give up. It's just go on, and I believe in it. And if you need somebody to help you, ask for it. Don't be ashamed to ever ask for help.
If you
Look at
need
my
help.
friend Leah. Leah never has. I mean, Rachel has no problem asking for help, right, Leah?
No problem whatsoever.
She just comes over to you and says, "I need $150, and you're going to give it to me because
ATM machine.
No,
No,
she gets the money anyway.
absolutely not. I say I'm going to help you by you giving me $150.
Now here's
And
my
she
joke.
does.
I want you to
I
listen.
want
to
to
my
laugh.
joke.
I want to laugh. Let's
But
go.
here's my joke, and then we can start. Many years ago, I was a contractor, and I got a job upstate. Okay, and when we were upstate, there was these old bathrooms. You know what an old bathroom is? It's called an outhouse. You ever heard of an outhouse?
Yes.
Definitely. In
So
Russia.
it was right, but this was upstate New York, on one of these old places, and he had a little outhouse all made out of wood. And
I think they're all made out of wood. It wasn't only all
right,
made out
they're
of
all made out of
all
wood, and you sit on that. So we were having
Sit on what?
right. So there's a seat. It's a piece of wood.
It's a little.
It's
Yeah.
a piece of wood with holes in it.
Okay.
So what happened was this particular outhouse had a 3-seater.
Oh,
It was
boy.
it had 3 holes in it. So and it's a bathroom with no running water. It's just a big wooden box with a hole in it that you go to that. So and my partner at the time was knocking it down, and one of the workers asked us to save the plank where you sit on.
Yes.
The place, it looked pretty nice. I figured he'd fix it up, cut it up. I don't know what he wants to do with it. So 6 months later, me and Linda were invited to my partner's house.
Is this true?
It's a true story.
Okay.
We're invited to my partner's house, and he takes me to the living room, and he says to me, "Heshy, remember that outhouse with the 3-seater? So the guy Miguel who took the piece of wood, he made it into a picture frame." He says, "Look at it." And I'm looking at the picture frame, and inside the picture, in the seats where people used to sit and do whatever they did, is his mother and his mother-in-law and 2 sisters.
And you wanted me to laugh?
His mother-in-law and 2 sisters were in the outhouse. Okay.
That is
That's very funny.
terrible. Terrible joke.
Oy vey. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Well,
I was gonna say if there was a
That
hole
was
in
a
the
good
seat.
joke. It was a good joke.
If there was a hole in the seat, it
I
must have been a
guess,
very holy
because
seat.
your face wasn't in one of those
My
holes.
face wasn't in mine. I thought it was funny. He made a gorgeous picture frame. There used to be a toilet seat out of his mother-in-law and sisters. Don't
You
even
know what? I actually do think it's very, very, very deep meaning. That means that even if you feel like you're in the hole, even in the outhouse, there's hope when you know Heshy Tischler. Call him at Just Enough Heshy, 718-303-9090.
The Just Enough
Now,
Heshy show.
I don't want to talk about local politics this week because everybody's getting nervous about it and talking about it, even though I have a lot to say about it. And, by the way, all these people that are running around with guns and stuff, I cry. I really cry. Guns are no good. We've got to stop it. In Long Island, they brought back a lot of guns, but I won't bring up again all these shootings. Now I want to go on a national claim. Another problem. You know who our president is, because you don't know who our local councilman, Kalman Yeager and Chaim Deutsch,
Right.
2 guys
I'm
who do
sitting here in
nothing.
this seat for over a month. I know who Kalman Yeager
And
and
Chaim
Deutsch
Deutsch,
is.
2 guys who do nothing, and we're not going to talk about them this month. Even though Yankee told me today, where they kill the chickens, we like a butcher, we cut the
Kaparas?
chickens' heads off, kaparas, and then we peel the chickens and we give it to the poor, right? Everybody butchers chickens, the Jews and the non-Jews, right? When you go into a supermarket, you see all these chickens lined up, or a butcher shop. They weren't there live; they had to cut off their heads and clean them.
Right.
So right now, that's what we're doing under the Yom Kippur holiday. PETA or PETA, whatever they're called, running around and they protest. Why are you killing these poor little innocent chickens? Now you're telling me everybody in PETA doesn't eat meat?
Come on.
I think not.
They don't eat meat.
No.
They don't eat any kind
They
of
don't,
meat.
definitely
they don't wear
eat.
fur coats either. No,
They
they
just
don't.
they just can't stand watching us kill them and throw it into a bag.
Did you check that out, Yankee?
Well, it's not possible because some of them are even fatter than me, and there's no way they ate vegetables to become fatter than me.
That's actually not true.
Yeah?
They could be vegan and eating all types of
They might become vegan after
potato
watching us.
starches, sweet potatoes.
Really?
And the keto diet is high on fat, right? So
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Well, I think
mean,
they're
there's also
stupid.
cake.
Killing chickens and killing cows is acceptable, and we eat it, and that's the way it is, and you better stop it. Anyways, they're going after now our president of the United States.
what, they want to kill him too?
No, they don't want to kill. But I think the Democrats do
probably
want to
do.
kill him. They'd love to chop off his head or hair. So, as you know, there was a Mueller report that they spent $30 million. They almost stopped this country for a few months. I mean, talking every day, another problem. People going to jail, people being just threatened. This is just unacceptable. Now they have a new thing that Trump called up the president of Ukraine and said to him, "Hey, guy, I know one of our guys is ripping you off. He's elected to the he's elected to the vice president. I'd like you to investigate it. Tell me what's going on." All of a sudden, it's like pushing around his power. What pushing around the power? If a man like a district attorney knows that something is wrong, he's going to make a phone call to investigate.
I agree.
Biden's son did something wrong. Just like we went after President Bush, President Trump, he's allowed to go after you. What's your opinion, people? Is
I
this
agree with you
right?
100%.
Now they're doing another investigation, another appeal. This lady Pelosi deserves to, I don't know what she does. This AOC, what's her name again? Acosta, whatever, Wacko. ago. She had a Green Deal of $92 trillion. Now she has a new thing, a 6-project deal for people to change the country or whatever. This girl has no idea what's going on.
I want to know.
Her ratings are below basement level. She's like never going to get reelected.
Definitely not.
Heshy, I want to ask you.
So that's my thing on that. What's your opinion? That why are we spending tens of millions of dollars on Trump when we could be helping people with this, and it's just wrong?
First of all, I always agree with you. You know that.
Yes.
But I really am actually extremely impressed with you because you never fail to amaze me. And I'm not just saying this to make you feel good, but I always find out everything I didn't know that's going all over the world, in America, in New York. How do you have time to find out this? Where do you get your information?
Well, it's public knowledge. You have to be listening
to the radio. You work all day.
Right.
You run a very successful business. Thank God. You're helping people nonstop.
Well, you have to keep up with the Joneses. What you do is you buy a newspaper where you have a few minutes free. When you have a few minutes free, instead of playing Tetris on your telephone, which I love to play Tetris, I'm at level 193 by the way.
What type of phone do you have? Because Tetris is totally off the new phones.
Really? It's on. I have an iPhone.
Oh, really?
iPhone 7 or 8, one of those. It's not,
Okay.
So anyway, I love it. So it calms me down. That's 2, 3 in the morning. You have to pay attention. You watch the news a little bit. You watch the things.
You can get notifications to your phone.
Notifications to your phones. You got to be up to date. At
Amazing.
Least
You amaze me, really.
Of course. And I always watch Fox, not CNN.
CNN is garbage.
Is garbage. They're just what are they? Propaganda. When you really have a good show. By the way, is anybody making comments on the Facebook? I don't know. People are always telling me they make comments and we never pay attention. But you could watch us live on Facebook and you could watch us live on YouTube, and that's it. So, anyways, that's my opinion that the government Instagram too. We're not live on Instagram.
Okay.
I send it out afterwards. But here's my problem, Rachel. They're going after the president. They're wasting our money. We have so many things that we could accomplish with this money. But again, our people in Congress, you've got to vote them out. We cannot put that little fat Nadler back in office. The man does nothing but all day long. His obsession is Trump. He's not passing any bills. And then he passes bills. He doesn't even know what's going on. We need to take care of our local communities, our local cities, our local countrymen across the nation. But instead they're just so busy with holding up the country. It's crazy. Anyways, that's my opinion. Yeah, you go ahead. That was my opinion on national politics.
Okay, so you reminded me of something, and it said that when there was, Coke has a secret recipe, right?
Okay.
No, really, they sell more Coke than Pepsi.
Okay.
There's 2 reasons. 1, they have a secret recipe that no one can figure out. And 2, actually, the color red makes you hungry. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know.
The color red makes you hungry.
Yes, and the color blue, actually depresses your appetite. Suppresses, not depresses.
Really?
I wanted to make my mother laugh because she constantly corrects my English, but she couldn't while I was on the radio.
My desk is red. No wonder I'm always eating at the desk.
Sure.
That's why I'm gaining weight. I got to change it to blue. Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful.
So actually, they had a worker that worked for the Coke company that was privy to the ingredients because that's where he worked. And he called up Pepsi and offered them the secret ingredients. What do you think Pepsi should do? And I'm going to compare this to Trump. What should Pepsi do?
Well, the answer is no. They can't. Legally, they can't do that.
Well, what they did, actually, in this case, I kind of feel like they did a little bit better than Trump. Although I'm a real Trump fan, they called up Coke and told them that about the guy, which was pretty amazing. But we're talking about Pepsi and Coke, and he's running a company. He's running Pepsi has
commercials saying that they're better. They're better than Coke, anyways.
Yeah.
They have to.
So
always.
They don't want.
When you're not number one, you're better.
You know that you brought this up. I have a moral question for you. Yeah, I have it for you to allay. I want you all to answer this. Listen to me. I help a lot of people. I train them in when they get jobs. I train them. People beg me for work, and I give them work, and I tell them, if you're going to leave me, no problem. Either don't let me hire you, work for me on the side, and I'll teach you the job. Or if you want to come work with my company, give me time, not 2 weeks notice to leave. 2 weeks, of course, you tell me when you're leaving, but give me time to train in somebody else. Do you believe it's fair when you invest $10,000-$15,000 in work, because the first 2 months on a job, nobody accomplishes anything, even how great you are. Then you train them and you make them, because my team around me, I make excellent. That means you're right. I don't do all the work, but when they go out to do it, they've already delegated to do great work. Now, a person comes to me last week and says to me, I'm leaving you in 2 weeks. I say, it's not fair, but Heshy, I don't have to give you more than 2 weeks notice. I said, that's correct. But to train somebody else in, you saw it took me 3 months, costing me at least $5,000-$6,000 in salary to train you. Plus, who knows all the other things that you messed up that I had to fix. She's great. The girl is wonderful, but she's leaving me in 2 weeks. Do you think that's fair? Do you think
why is she leaving?
Because she doesn't want to do this anymore. She wants to do more volunteer work, get married, and work as an accountant. I said, it's not fair that you came and begged me for the job. You sat for 3 months, 2
You invested
months.
your time.
Forget she begged me to hire her. I need a job, and I gave her a job. I kept giving her a raise, and she's doing very well. It's not the point.
How much are you paying? I might be looking.
My point is she's doing better than anybody else. When my partner Penny didn't even want to hire her, and I said I can train her, and she became super delicious, great. My question to
What's
her
her
is,
job?
she's one of the expediters, and now she's moved up to mid-level, class 1. Now she's going to be a class 2, which means she can make 40, 50 an hour.
At
wants to
Green
leave
Line
her.
Business Solutions?
Correct.
Okay.
But again, she put in her time. She's there over a year. I trained her. She studied. She put in extra hours. And I pay for traveling times. You're right. I start off bad wages, $15, $18 an hour. But again, we build you up that after a while, you get your license and you get enough experience, you can make more. And we do reward you for that. But what bothers me is I don't care about the money that we paid you, but we invested time in you. Don't you think that she should stay at least 2 or 3 months training?
What was her answer to you?
Her answer was, I have to go. I already promised the new job, and they're not going to wait 2 months for me. So I gave them my word. I said, yes, but your word was given to me. She said, I gave you a year. I said, yeah, but I know I never told you to give me a particular time.
So, firstly, I would actually.
And she's right. She
I would
doesn't owe
encourage
me.
you.
She gave you the 2 weeks, but still.
Again, but I know when I work for somebody, I would say, listen, I got to train in somebody else. It takes 2 or 3
Just
months.
stay here till
time.
I find somebody.
Or tell me that you're looking for a job, and then I'd be prepared and hire somebody to put. Now that I have to rush to hire somebody,
Telling you you're looking for a job would be like the way the Israelis fight their wars. They tell the Arabs they're coming
but
in.
I'm different. If you're working for me, you know that I'm a kind of guy that won't do that. If I'm such a bad man that you think that, I agree with you. The 2 weeks notice is right, but I treat everybody with respect. I train them. I walk them. I
You're
guide them.
amazing.
I am, and
You
that's,
are. But I do want you to hear my opinion since you asked for
go
it.
ahead. Yeah.
And you don't know what I'm going to say until I say it, right? I'm very curious what you're going to think about my opinion. Is that I would actually definitely encourage you to put it in your contract that you give them a year contract. However, if they're not, once they ask to renew it, they can't leave for another year unless they give you an X amount of time or they help train someone
It's
in.
not a
Now, the
contract.
problem is that New York is a
That's right.
at will place. So what could you do?
We have so many new laws that are coming out that if a landlord harasses now a commercial
That's the
landlord,
best thing that ever happened.
I know you like that. I don't like that. It means if I say something bad, you're going to put me in jail.
No,
I
there
can
is
never
not.
raise my right.
Yeah.
You
What's
can't
considered
talk.
bad?
For
What's
example,
considered bad?
I want my rent money. You're a stupid bee.
You can get arrested for words.
You could. For harassing
It
somebody.
depends if you
No,
threaten
not
them.
for words. You have to have it in text.
You have to
And you have
threaten
to
their
have-
life. You have to threaten their life.
No, not threaten their life. Actual harassment or making them anxious. Then they,
I
and if
think
there's any
you
sort of
scream-
proof.
I think if you right, and you don't need proof. Today in New York City, you are guilty till proven innocent.
Right.
You know they write a violation, you're guilty. And I say to the inspector, we're not guilty. Here it is. Go fight us in court. Did you ever get pulled over? Do you ever get a parking ticket? I'm not guilty. The court is in. I got 5 more minutes. Go fight it in court. I already wrote it.
Actually, in California, they changed that law. Unless you accept the ticket from the officer in the by hand, you're not considered guilty. Accepting the ticket is considered guilty. But here's the glitch: if you don't accept it, you're in big trouble because then
You're a
you're
speeding ticket.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Any
talking
moving
parking.
violation.
I'm talking parking ticket.
Parking is different.
Parking is different. Violation of home. They just post it on your door, and you're guilty.
Yeah.
You have to prove to them that you're not guilty. They're
Well,
hiring.
that's how they make their money
have-
because
but-
most people work and
But
don't
that
have time
is
to
wrong,
argue.
right? Exactly. You have most people who come to me and say, listen, Heshy, I don't have the time to go to court, make the argument, go back 2 or 3 times. I have a guy now who's waiting 3 months for his court case, and I told him not to hire us. He ended up going down himself. He lost the and he said, oh, they were so nice to me. When he came back to me this last week, he showed me he lost the first violation. During the 3-month process, they gave him a second failure to comply. He says, oh, they told me that the second one would go away. I said, only if you win the first one. Then he got another $1,500 penalty. By the time he was finished over there, he had $7,000 in fines, and he's coming to me. I said, if you would have come to me and paid me your original $300-400,
You wouldn't have
Right.
this issue,
now
yeah.
you have to pay me $1,000.
No one ever realizes
Right.
until it builds up.
Exactly, and it's not the point. He says, "Oh, but they were so." And as he's writing the check to me, he's telling me, "But they were so nice to me." I said, "Of course they're nice to you. What are they going to curse you out when they're fining you $10,000?"
But he screwed
Exactly.
himself, basically.
But that's what the city does. The city tricks you, and it's not so easy. This is where they're sucking more money out of us, and it's wrong. And it's also the federal government. You're talking this Bernie Sanders. I was reading today what Bernie Sanders had some kind of.
Well, you
you
know-
were telling me, Yankee, what happened to Bernie? You told me you were reading.
He went in for back surgery.
Oh, I thought you said he had some kind. They took him in for some kind of
Something
emergency,
in an artery in the back.
an artery.
An
The
artery
point
in
is,
back.
and some guy is screaming about Bernie. What? has he done for us? The head of not Amazon, was it the head of Amazon or the head of Home Depot or something like that screamed, what has Bernie done? Bernie just wants to tax anybody who makes, I think, more than $3 million or $5 million. And if you make up to $10 billion, you get taxed even more. I mean, why are you taking a piece of our action away from us? Why don't we just follow the regular tax codes? Why do you want to punish anybody who's been successful and take away 30%, 60%, 80% of our money? It's just wrong.
Right.
And we'll hide it somewhere else. But Bernie has no, and you know what? Where's Bernie's money? What has Bernie done for this country? Where's Bernie Sanders? I have no idea how he raised $25 million. Who's going to vote for Bernie Sanders as president? Not me.
Not me.
I have nobody who's voting for him. I don't know how he's raising this money, but Bernie Sanders, I mean, you're talking right here. I just took a poll, 4 of us, 4 different parts of New York City, 4 different demographics. You know what I mean? I'm a married grandfather. Yankee's a young millennial from the new generation. Rachel is also very young.
Oh, by the way, you asked me where I got my flowers
Yeah,
from?
where did you get flowers? And Leah, you're from a different state altogether, right? Where are you
Of
from?
course, I'm from LA.
From LA, and nobody here is voting for Bernie. We all said right away, never. Not because we were Jewish, just that Bernie is an idiot.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you where I got these
Where did
flowers
you get
from.
those flowers
Beautiful
from?
bouquet of flowers.
All right. So actually, didn't you do a really good job advertising for me last week, saying that I'm single, looking
Yeah.
for an amazing guy? When we got here at 7:00 p.m., there was a slew of eligible bachelors
Slew?
outside.
A slew?
Yes,
Okay.
a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
Tons.
And one of them had this beautiful bouquet, and he said, "Please, you know what? You work for Heshy Tisher. You're the co-host." I said, "Yes." He says, "Please accept the flowers as a
Wow. Those are like
as a token."
This is a random guy in front of the studio.
that's a real set of bouquet of flowers. That's a good $20-$30, if not more.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
This was a guy in front of the. He came to the.
There were a few of them, but only
Right
one
here
of
in
them had a
front?
bouquet. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Well, come back with more flowers for Rachel. It looks like she's going to take them all from you.
Oh no! Come on. What
Uh,
was the next bouquet to Linda or Leah?
no problem. Linda,
Did you notice
Yeah.
something?
What?
Do you see my finger?
I see your finger. What happened to your finger,
But
Rachel?
let everyone know this is my pointer finger.
It's a pointer finger. Go ahead. Let's pick up a phone call. Go ahead.
We got a phone call coming
No,
in.
we lost.
We lost that phone call. Well, anyway, this finger actually got blended, Erev Yantif. So I just want to remind our listeners to unplug their blenders, not to stick their fingers in. I literally did
Not
that.
to toot my own horn because we're going to do commercial again, but I want you to know when me and Linda this weekend, we were walking on the holiday. We were invited for a lunch dinner in
A lunch dinner.
a lu-
I
no,
never
a lunch-
I heard of a breakfast lunch. You call it
because
brunch?
It was 3:30 in the afternoon on Monday, and
I've
that's
been-
called to me lunch dinner. I don't know what it
It's
was.
an early dinner.
Early
You know what,
dinner.
late
Yankee?
lunch.
I've been trying to come up with a word for lunch dinner for the longest time because they have brunch for breakfast lunch. What would you call a lunch dinner?
Early.
A dinner?
Early.
Not a dinner. I mean,
A
you're making
dinner.
fun. I don't think so.
Early dinner.
But whatever, we were walking to the dinner or to the lunch, and somebody stops us and tells me, you know, Heshy, a young guy. I'm on the community board. And he's such a smart boy, and he sees me, recognizes me, and he stops me and he starts talking to me. He says, "Why don't we have a committee for sanitation? Why don't we have a committee for traffic? Why do we let people on the community board that don't live in our neighborhood? Why aren't we getting stuff done?" I'll tell you why. Because nobody cares. They only care for themselves. In other districts, they do have it.
By
And
the way, Heshy,
yeah.
that's just a vote of confidence right there. I mean, people don't come over to me and say, "Why are we doing this?" or "Why aren't we doing that?" They don't expect me to solve all their
Well,
problems.
as I
That's pretty
as I
amazing,
walk down
you know?
the street,
that they
ask
know
Linda.
that you could
That's
actually
right.
do something about it.
It's, I try, but sometimes I can't. Something like this. And we have a councilman that sits back, and we have another one, Chaim Deutsch, has term limits, has nowhere to go in the next year. And what is he going to do? Well, you know what he's going to do. He's going to run for assembly, or he's going to try to move to another district. I don't know what crooked thing he's going to do. But again, he's nowhere to be found only when he takes pictures at breakfast. These guys are on 8 different committees. And what happens is they have so much time to take pictures and go to different events and not walk the streets. I never see one of them walking the streets on a Thursday or Friday. But election time comes, you'll see them walking up and down the streets eating chulent. I am not going to eat chulent this time because I gained too much weight last time. Anyways, that's my story for the pitch.
Whoever tried calling, call us back.
It's
718-303-9090.
You're welcome to call us and ask us anything you want to talk about. But again, these are certain issues that I want to talk about. Again, I'm going to quickly review my commercials. Call Sam at 777 Barbershop, 718-484-2499. He takes appointments appointments. He's wonderful. He does handicap accessibilities. Wonderful guy. 777 Barbershop located at 4225 18th Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Of course, we have Green Line Building Solutions. You can call, ask for consultations, no charge, 718-871-0382, located on the corner of 16th Avenue and 54th Street, 5318 16th Avenue. Again, 718-871-0382. ttstyles.com. Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842. She does all wigs, makeups, and all different kinds of events. 718-675-6842. Tehila Tishla. Check out her website, teeteestyles.com. And what else did I miss? Anybody? Oh, of course, Chamula Jewelers.
What happened to Pescado? They don't advertise with us anymore?
They're going to advertise again, but it was a little bit slow, and he said he's going to write.
You know, I have a new
commercial.
rule, right,
What?
for this radio show. I just made it up, and I was sure you would back
Oh,
me
good.
up.
I back
hear
you.
this.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's say, well,
We're not advertising any restaurants until we eat there. So they have
That's
to
a-
have
that's
us
smart.
come.
We've eaten at Pescado a lot. Okay.
Have us come for free dinner so that we can advertise.
No, it's not. Just they have that all the time where they have food experts
Well,
coming.
I'm going to
and
give you a
critics.
That's the kosher group.
By the way, next week our press passes will be ready, so you'll be able to walk into any place and flip your press pass.
That's amazing.
And we'll have a big poster behind us now. Anyways, don't forget to call Chamula Jewelers, located at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. They're a family-owned business for over 40 years.
They have the sparkle for you.
They have the sparkle for you. And don't forget my friend Avi Fleischer from Technical Difficulties. Great
Amazing guy.
computer
Oh, you know, you would love this joke. I was in the emergency room.
1504 60th Street, 259-4593. For all your computer needs, he can just type into your computer, get into what's that thing, TeamViewer, and fix all your
He's
problems.
amazing. He's amazing.
He really is great. 1504 60th Street, Technical Difficulties, Avi Fleischer.
I've personally been there, and he's great.
259-4593. He's on the phone with me every other day, fixing our computers, printers, networking. Wonderful guy. Go
He's
ahead.
a very smart guy.
What happened?
Actually,
Rachel?
when this happened, I said I have to send.
I forgot to tell everybody, by the way, my co-hosts are Yankee, Leah, and Rachel, which is the people that started the Jewish family. And it's
The Three Musketeers.
You are always surrounded. Do you remember in Israel? It was Yaakov, your son,
Right.
Leah, your niece, and Rachel.
Right. I'm always surrounded by Leah, Rachel, and Yankees.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
But here goes-
That's why I lose all my money. Go ahead.
There's a reason you're called Heshy Sweet. You're just a deer.
I'm
you
a
know?
deer, yeah.
That's
Very
it.
good.
Big
Good
H.
joke. Go ahead.
All right. So if it wasn't Shabbos, I
That's the
would
only
have.
reason why I'm paying for your meal, because you call me Big H.
You are amazing.
You know, my daughter-in-law, when she heard this argument about about me very upset about the worker quitting without giving me enough time,
What'd she say?
she says, "Oh, you have no right to judge somebody else." I said, "What do you mean? The girl is screwing me." "No, she wasn't trained by you. She was trained by other people in the office." I said, "But I brought her in. I got her the training. I showed her what
Tell
to
her.
do."
You tell her where her picture is going to
So
go.
so I started to argue with her. You know, she walks over to my son, says, "I don't want him to come back here to my house anymore." I walked out. I said, "Who is she to open her mouth to me? I think she's wrong."
You forgot who paid the mortgage.
You got to pay a lot of bills. But the point is young people are disrespectful because they think they're owed stuff, and they're not. And we train you. We work with you. We want you to be successful. But don't mess us up in return. Give me 2 months time. I understand you don't have to 2 weeks notice, but if you're out looking and your boss is not I understand if you're working for a Blackstone or IBM or Google, you can't just tell them you're leaving because they'll be upset with you. But me, a small company that relies on people, that trains you and wants you to stay, most of my workers stay for long periods of time.
You know what, Heshy, though?
Yeah.
You have to just remember how amazing you are. You'll train the next person in twice as
Of
quick.
course, I'm going to get it
Hard
done.
work, it's
I
hard
know
work.
but it's hard work, and
It
the
is. It's
thousands of
tiring.
dollars you spend to
Yeah.
train them, you're now holding back your other clients and can't catch up.
Now you have to look for somebody
Right.
in the meantime. So.
And-
Okay,
How
you
many
know what,
people really get
Heshy?
messed
Since
up?
you paid for my dinner tonight, I'll come in and help you in the office.
Oh God, no! We have people. No, Rachel.
Okay, she's off the
Rachel.
hook then.
Well, she's off the hook. Let her go.
That was terrible advertising
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
We're gonna have to
Wonderful.
do over. But let me just tell you what happened.
Yeah.
You noticed that I have my emergency band still on me.
I see that you were in the
The
hospital.
emergency room, yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had 8 stitches. And there was a little girl that came in maybe about an hour before Shabbos, and her name was Margolio. She actually broke her foot. She was crying, and I wanted to distract her. Plus, just the doctors weren't coming. So I said, "What's your name?" She said, "Margolios." I said, "Do you know what it means?" She said, "Yes, it means a pearl." I said, "Do you know where pearls are found?" Check this out, Heshy. She goes,
Where?
"Yes, on clothing."
That's cute.
That's like one of your jokes, no? So then I showed her that they're found in clams and down
So
in
you
the
put your
sea.
finger in a blender?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
Why?
handheld blender. No, I didn't put it in a blender. Not like that. I was helping my mom prepare for the holiday, and there was some food stuck in the bottom of the blade, the
So you
handheld
put your
blender.
finger in.
So I didn't. I always pull the plug. Actually, I tell everyone to pull the plug, not to pull the plug like in the hospital, but like
Yes, yeah.
So how long? So how long were you in the hospital?
I was there for quite a few hours. I went in with Hatsala. Actually, as soon as it happened,
Which hospital?
Cobble Hill. They treated me very
Very
well.
nicely.
However,
Yeah. However, of course, there's always a complaint.
there was the PA who graduated a year ago gave me a shot. With a
How do you know she graduated
I
a year?
asked her.
Okay.
I asked her. I said, "Oh, I was trying to make conversation. How long ago did you graduate?" And she gave me a shot to numb my finger with a too short of a.
Needle.
It was too short and too fat of a needle. And I said to her, this part is totally numb, but this part is not. She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure." And she was like, "It's impossible. You're going to be numb for 3 hours." And she actually started sewing my stitches while my finger was not numb.
And what did you do? Scream?
I cried.
Oh, okay.
I cried. And
How
the
long did you
doctor
have
came
to
running.
wait from the time you got to the hospital till they started stitches?
At least 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah, and it was quiet day. Well,
That's
first they
not-
had to give me a tetanus shot. Then thank God I got approved for Medicaid. You see, the city is good for something, actually. And so it didn't cost me any money. The day before I went for my Medicaid approval or got it.
We don't want to know that. I pay so much. Okay.
It's okay. Why not? Why wouldn't we want to know it? I'll tell you the advertisement, Mrs. Green in Williamsburg. I'll give you her number. Anyway.
Yankee,
Yes.
what do you got? You were complaining to me in the car earlier. What do we got to talk with you, Yankee? You told me you had some issues as well.
There's a lot of issues going on in our community.
Right. Give me one.
I gave you one a couple of months ago. The cracks in the sidewalk.
Right.
People tripping.
Oh,
my
wow.
mother fell.
Terrible.
My mother fell not long ago.
So
This-
the homeowners are responsible to fix those cracks.
I'm
It's
talking
not
on the
the city.
public streets on Avenue J.
Again, the street in front of a store or a building has to be fixed by the
What about on the
homeowner.
corner? It's that corner store.
On the corner? No, it doesn't belong to the corner.
Yankee, all you need to do to get it fixed is fall, sue them, and they'll fix it.
Correct.
That's what's going to
And-
happen.
You
I
have some people that want to make money that'll go fake the fall
Yeah.
and make the money.
But you know,
But
I
that's
had
what
a
they're doing.
person in front of my store recently, about a few months ago, walking and tripped on my neighbor's crack, but he landed on my property.
Whose fault is it?
Uh,
Not yours.
So, no, she's suing me because she got
You're
injured on
lucky.
my. So we have it on video camera.
That's right. It's not
So
your
she
fault.
claims she didn't fall that day. She fell a different day. But we said, look, the video camera shows that's the day she fell.
Right.
And we said, look, she was on the telephone and she didn't pay attention. So now I'm asking you guys, because she didn't pay attention to where she was walking, am I responsible for her fall?
If it was on your property, yes, because
But she
a
wasn't
person-
paying attention. She
Doesn't
was on the
matter.
cell
A person
phone.
should be able to walk and not have to pay attention.
So you're telling me that if I'm on my telephone playing my text
She's not.
and
she's
I
not
walk in the
driving
middle of the
car.
street, I'm walking in the middle of the street,
No sidewalk.
and the side turns red, and I walk by mistake into the red, and the car hits me.
That's
Who's responsible?
different.
the
That's-
car.
What? The
car.
car.
First of all, the car will always be responsible.
Pedestrians are always
But,
right.
but it's a red light. She shouldn't be walking.
what?
Then, of course.
Pedestrians are always right.
So I'm never going to win. It means I got to watch, even on a green light, I got to watch
Wait, and
people across.
that means that if you have a red light and the cars have a green light, they can run anybody down? No.
Right, that's crazy.
Actually, if someone was
Oh,
going, even while
he's
it's
not supposed to
green,
be crossing, so we're just gonna run him down. No.
Not
no,
let him
you don't run
but
him down.
but
No,
you know
exactly.
that
That's
people,
what I'm
you know
saying.
that they walk
I'm,
in the
I
middle
thought
of
you
the
said
street
something
while I'm driving. Somebody walks in the middle of the street. I can't stop. I can't
You
stop.
should
his
not
fault.
be
That's
going
not
so
your fault.
fast.
They're wrong. According to the rules, if I hit you with my car,
That's right.
no matter what, I'm guilty. Even if you walked.
That's why they make the speed limits the way they are. You're not supposed to be going so fast on.
So why
roads
don't I
that are-
just drive 3 miles an hour and I walk in front of I push my car.
You'll make the news.
Why don't you just bike or
Right.
get a horse and carriage?
Right, bike.
But I do have an interesting question based
Yeah.
on what Yankees brought up. What about alleyways? Have you ever been in the alleys between the houses where people walk to bring the kids to their?
There is one
Kindergarten.
alleyway. There is one alleyway in Flatbush,
And they're terrible. First of all, I think that the light should have to be put on in the back.
and there's a
There-
bunch of garbage.
There's a lot of garbage. There's cracks, and you know what?
But
Our
they're
streets
called
should be-
alleyways for a reason.
Doesn't matter.
It's
But
an alley. It shouldn't be only the homeowners who own that alley.
All
belong
that,
there.
all the
But
homeowners
people
are
want to
going
get
in
mugged
and-
up there.
What? People would not get mugged. People wouldn't be doing
People
drugs.
get mugged at alleys.
Right, and that's why I think that they should require for all homeowners to keep their lights on after a certain hour. I'm sorry, owning a house costs a certain amount of money, taxes are a certain amount of money. Lower the taxes and make them pay a little bit more in their
They say
electricity
you should
bill.
always have one light on in the house because if a pedestrian walks on the block and he sees every light is off, he's gonna assume you're not home. It's a
Right.
perfect house to try to break into.
Yeah.
Always
Okay.
have one light on.
Very
I really,
But I was
really
telling
think
you
the
on the
people
way
like
here,
the
Uncle
lights
Heshy, I
on
was
in the back.
telling you that the protesters, by this whole thing with doing the comparison with the chickens,
Right. When we could, let's explain to the audience that before Yom Kippur, to get rid of your sins, we sacrifice a chicken, and the chicken's
Wait,
sacrimonial.
you became the rabbi here
No,
now?
I'm not. I'm just explaining. When
It's
the
not to
chick-
get
when
rid of
the
your
chick-
sins.
It is to get rid
No,
of
it's
your
in
sins.
case you have so many
You
sins
give
that
the
you'd
chicken
be
your
guilty.
sins.
You give the chickens your sins.
No,
and we
you
kill the
don't-
chicken.
You don't give the chickens your sin. In case you were
It should
guilty
be-
of death, I'm the rabbi, and I
Okay, go
wish I
ahead.
could get
Explain to us,
smicha.
Rabbi Rachel. Go ahead.
Rabbi Rachel, Rabbi Bernstein.
Go ahead.
In case you had enough sins, or even didn't have enough sins, in case that for whatever reason there was a
A decree of death.
a decree of
Decree of
death
death.
on a person, not on you, God forbid.
So you kill
Everybody
the
must-
chicken to
So no, we
replace
don't
you.
kill the chicken, God forbid. We ask the chicken, and if you actually ever watched the Lubavitch Rebbe, you would see that he would thank the chicken afterwards. To tell you the truth,
Ask the chicken.
you ask him, Achila, you say we're gonna send you to death, and I will go for life. And then we don't kill. We're Jewish people. We have so many strict rules.
So what do we do?
There's a certain procedure, kosher procedure called shechting. It needs to be with the sharpest knife possible.
Okay, it makes no difference.
But
The
it's
point is,
not,
Peter
chicken's
says,
dying. The
Peter-
chicken's
Peter-
it's not like just
Pita-
killing. We're
okay.
not like pulling the chicken
But the
apart. We're
pita,
not just
but the
doing
pita
anything.
companies, the pita people are
And-
going from place to place protesting that we're doing. We're
Right.
not
They
doing
need
it
to
right.
gain,
They're
some
coming and
action, some
screaming. How do
noise,
you call yourself?
gain momentum.
How are you calling yourself Jews if you're killing these animals? And they're screaming at the Jews. Meanwhile, the cops are hanging out in Dunkin' Donuts.
And by the way, no cops were there.
No,
Not one cop was there.
they're hanging out.
I think they should go over to all. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying this before Yom Kippur, but to any Jews that lie, or how do you call yourself a Jew? You lie. How do you call yourself a Jew? You do this. Why is this? How do you call yourself a Jew? Because you actually slaughter in the least painful way for an animal and give it to poor people so they could have what to eat, the protein that they need, which that other caller called in and complained that the kids weren't getting enough protein in the school.
Right.
And with
Okay.
chocolate milk, yeah.
So you're telling me that. Okay, very nice. So anyways, these PETA idiots don't deserve to, again, they're just coming out to protest. We're still going to get the chickens. We're still going to give, and these chickens that you buy, they go to the poor. We don't give them to you after we kill them or give them to you when you buy them.
No.
We
After
give-
they're slaughtered, is a
after
better
they're
way to say it.
slaughtered, we clean them and we give them, we cook them, and we feed the poor people who have no food. These thousands of families from all over New York City get fed this beautiful
right.
chickens,
They're
gorgeous-
clean,
they're
they're
clean,
washed,
they're
they're
washed,
prepared, they're
and they're
better than
prepared
they
very
can
well, and they're given out.
They're shipped out to the houses.
Right, they're shipped out to houses,
Fresh.
beautifully done, fresh. So I don't understand what these PETA people are complaining about. Again, the cops only come when there's commercials or when there's cameras out there for them, something like this. They just let them protest, and I bet you they would have broken the window or done something bad. Was it a bad protest, Yankee? Because that was last
I'm
year.
sure it turned into something bad. I haven't checked my Facebook yet, but
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
You know, also something to share with you.
Yeah.
I have a friend who works on Avenue J,
Yeah.
and every day at a certain time, he has to go out and pick up his son from the bus. So I saw him this week, and I said, "Aren't you supposed to pick up your son from the bus? How come you're not going?" So he showed me on his phone that the bus is not even nearby yet. GPS is on school buses now.
Right, it's
Started.
an amazing thing. Yeah.
So cool.
But the beauty of that is we could put GPSs on the cleaning of our car. You know,
So
with
we
the
can know
sweep
when to move
cleaners.
everything.
That
Yeah.
was
We could-
so
right.
cool.
It was, and again, it's not done. And you know what bothers me is I'm watching 7:30 in the morning. 7:30. How they're waiting 1 minute. Push the button, Rachel. 7:30 in the morning, and they're giving tickets already when the sweeper is not 3 miles away. Line 3. You're on the air with Heshy, Rachel, and Leah and Yankee. No.
Hello.
Hello? You're not on the air. Are you on the air? You're not on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Hang up. They don't
No,
want
she's there.
Are they there?
Hello.
They're not talking. Hang up.
All right.
Anyways, you can call into the show at 718-303-9090 and actually talk. You have to push drop, sweetie.
did.
You did great. You did great. Yeah, the phone's. But again, I forgot what I was saying. But again, these opinions.
You were saying cleaning the streets.
Right,
Put the GPS.
cleaning the streets. The GPS would be there, and you give us 15 minutes. You're right. If we're not there, you have a guy give us tickets. Oh, you're going to tell us, well, Heshy. So you have the sanitation guy, instead of leaving at 7:30, he leaves 2 or 3 or 4 blocks before the sweeper. You know that, and he can go check. This is where it's coming, but giving us tickets hours before 7:31 that we didn't move the car, and your sweeper's
That's
not coming
right.
for 2 or 3 hours. It's just crazy. And I stand there and I watch them. And I watch them give tickets one after the next after the next. We have no mercy on any of
I
our
was
people.
in Almaty. There was a car on the street at 11 o'clock at night when they were cleaning in Kazakhstan. They beeped and beeped and beeped. Then they ran into the hall to get the guy out and tell him to move his car.
That was okay.
That's okay,
That's
right?
okay to do.
That was
Yeah,
amazing. And we need to clean the street.
We have a lot of issues. Again, you try to drive down Borough Park right now on a regular day, you want to kill yourself. There's no movement whatsoever. There's no movement.
What happened to your
Parkers.
idea of
My
having?
ideas don't work because they're not. There's nowhere to find these people. All you're going to see is on one day during Sukkot, on the Sukkot holiday,
Oh,
you're going to see Simcha Felder close down 5 blocks on 18th Avenue.
Where are you
for a
having your
party.
hot dogs? I want
My
to
hot
come.
dogs. I'm going to make a hot dog stand on the corner of 18th and 53rd Street where they're selling Sukkot.
Oh, really?
I'm going to have a hot dog stand. Come by for a hot dog with mustard and sauerkraut. And I'm not sure if we're going to have sauerkraut, but for sure we're going to have coleslaw. We're going to try to get sauerkraut. I'm having a problem with sauerkraut. I heard
Maybe
there's
we can make
issues.
our own sauerkraut.
You can't make
Just
it.
enough for Heshy
Just
show?
enough Heshy sauerkraut?
Yes, we should totally
it's
do
going to be a
it.
hot dog. Come on over that day. We're going to give out a few thousand hot dogs. Yankee won't be. He's going to be in Canada. But me and Rachel will be sweeping out. Rachel will be getting all the hot dogs for free. You can eat them for free.
I'm gonna give them out.
Are you going to give
Are
them
you gonna
out?
have gluten-free buns for
Have a little
layout?
contest.
I heard they have these new hot dogs. I bought one for my daughter-in-law and a
The
hamburger.
daughter-in-law that doesn't want you to visit.
Right.
Is she gonna come to your stand?
I think she's going to be away. She's going to want to travel.
But it's a
to-
combo hot dog and burger.
No, I'm not doing burgers because burgers are $4 each.
No, what you just
But
said.
that's a
is
good
something
idea,
new.
Yankee. They should make a hot dog burger.
A hot dog burger.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? They have
How-
these. By the way,
That would
you
be
know
awesome.
they have these burgers and hot dogs that are pure
Am I
vegetarian.
crazy? You don't know already the answer to
Yeah,
that?
no, I didn't mean crazy. Well, we have hot dogs and hamburgers that are vegetarian, made by I forgot the name of this company, and they say it tastes just like a
It
real
doesn't
hamburger and hot
taste
dog.
just like a
They're
hamburger.
saying it
I
costs
tasted
$4 at each.
They're not good.
Beyond
$4.
Burger.
Yeah, they're not that good.
Oh, you tried that?
Yes.
They're saying it's wonderful.
Who's they?
My daughter-in-law.
They haven't tasted ceviche meat.
Hibachi.
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 Wow. You got to know how to say it if you're advertising. Well, again, did you get the phone number for them?
Yes, I did.
What's the phone number?
I didn't memorize it by heart. I didn't know this part of the job title.
Well, you got to remember your people that you're
I know
advertising
the area
for.
code is 718. But I didn't
There's
call
a
them.
lot
They're
of
located
Yes.
on Avenue W, by the way, between V and W on Coney Island Avenue in a small little building, but they're really, when you walk in there, they are very nice. I ate there a few times.
The owner's
It's-
name is Pesach. His son is
A
Chaim.
very,
They're
very
amazing.
cool place, hibachi restaurant, and I really like the food was good. They throw the stuff in the air.
They throw the thing
He
in the
tried to
mouth.
throw. He tried to throw it in my mouth. I told him no.
Well, we're ladies. They didn't try doing that to us.
Well, they threw it at my daughter-in-law's, and they.
Well, I guess they didn't think she was a lady. They must have heard the story about her not wanting you to come visit.
Well, I was very disappointed the way she talked. You know what I mean? I'm not allowed to say my opinion
want
in
you to
America.
know-
I'm allowed to say anything I want,
Heshy,
anything I believe in America. I'm allowed to say. I have a right to say it. No.
100%. In my
Okay.
books, yes. But I want to tell you something. You should be complimented. If she really didn't want you there, she would have never said it out loud.
No, she tried to hurt me. She said it out loud to Moshe, so I should overhear it.
No, she just wanted Maishi to defend her to you.
Okay. Well, what was he going to do? I don't want him to get divorced over some stupidity. You know what I mean? If you don't want me to come, I won't come. Okay. But my opinion is correct. If I believe that you're wrong, I'm going to tell it to you. And I'm going to tell you that this girl, you're right. She was wonderful. She's good.
Is she the mother of your beautiful Nava, Mira Nava?
She's what we're not. Truth of the matter, you all know already. Yes.
So you know what? She at least brought you Mira Nava. Shout out to Mira Nava.
She's
She's
an angel.
okay. We love her.
Hello, Mira Nava. She's now 8 months old.
She's a
and
beautiful
she's
baby.
not only
Now you forgive her
she's
mother, right?
poor-
Just like God's supposed to
I don't
forgive
forget-
all of our sins, although we're not supposed to bring God onto this show. We're just supposed to have him here permanently. Do you forgive her? Yes.
I
Love
don't-
her?
I
Yes.
forgive,
Everything's
I
great.
forgive everybody. I'm still disappointed. I'm insulted. Just because I've killed
Imagine
you.
if God would say to Moses, like, all right, I forgive the Jews, but I'm still upset at them and I'm still disappointed. That's like not real forgiveness, you know?
Well, I have a question for you. Somebody goes over to you and shoots you in the arm, okay?
Then I don't forgive them.
Well,
you
wait a
know?
minute, but there are people in this world that go and say, I forgive you. I forgive you. A lot of them, I forgive you for doing this bad. Do you actually think that they're gonna ever forget or give up or not remember what happened to them? Sure, I forgive you. I have no choice but to forgive you, but I'm still gonna be disappointed and
We
upset.
have, how many minutes left?
We got about 10 minutes left.
Any
Why?
callers coming in?
No callers coming in. They must be so mesmerized that they don't even want to pick up the phone and move.
Wow.
718. Wow, I agree with you. It looks like we're not doing too good today. It doesn't make a difference. I'm having a good time. What about you, Rich?
I'm having an amazing time. I remember as a little girl listening to the radio and wondering where they sit, how they sit.
How it works.
And sometimes it was the radio show just like floating. You could tell they were getting along and having a great time. It was interesting. And sometimes you're like, why do they even have a radio show? Today, if I was a little girl, I'd be like, wow, one day when I get big, I want to be a co-host.
Well, you are. But my favorite show when I was a kid was Mystery Theater. They used to have these mysteries on the radio at night.
Mhm.
And I know that there wasn't really, I knew there was like 4 people behind the mic just reading from it and going click, 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 bang, bang, bang. But again, it was very cool reading of story. That's why I like the reading of the mystery show. Anyways, I want to ask you one more question, guys. Okay, this is going to be the final thing. We all know that we're coming into the holiday seasons of Halloween and Sukkot and Hanukkah and Pesach. And
I
all.
wonder why Halloween came first. Just tell me that.
I was going to ask the same thing.
Well, Halloween. See, my trick is that when it comes time for Purim, sometime in February, where we dress up for our holiday. So I know that they have cheap costumes after Halloween.
So you buy the Halloween costume.
I buy the
Oh.
leftover Halloween at a discounted rate. No,
That's
Walgreens,
amazing.
CVS, right?
but
You
really,
prepare.
I
You
want
know what happened this year? I
What?
learned from you. You think you told me that when we were in Israel for Passover. So I bought these beautiful masks for Purim. I ended up somewhere else. The mask stayed in my closet.
No, but anyways, you should buy all these leftover Halloween things, and they have. it.
Ironically, Heshy,
Yeah.
Yom Kippur is
Yom-
like Purim. So we should everything should be turned over for the good for all of us. And we should
Okay,
be
here we go again.
sealed for a wonderful year. Hey, this has totally what to do with real estate. You know, when I was in real estate in Israel, all year long, I would say Ktiva v'chatima tova. Not because I was so religious, but because it means may it be a good signing. So you know what? If you're in real estate, a good signing is always a good thing.
I don't know.
What do you mean a good signing? They sign, it's a good deal.
Well, I still have issues that we in this, even if you sign and you follow all the rules, you're still going to get screwed by the city of New
Right.
York. There's a guy, Leon Goldenberg. He went and bought up so much of New York, became very wealthy, and he did every kind of trick possible. Now he's telling about, and he has a show also called Community Affairs or something, Saturday night, which I never listened to. And here's my point. The point is, you know what this guy says? Everybody, let's move out of New York. I mean, you mean you screwed New York City enough that you are willing to give up? You're not willing to fight for our people over here? You're not willing to fight?
Why is he
To-
telling everyone to move
because
out?
he's
So that
telling
he
him the
could, so
rent
that there
laws-
should be a crash and he
Yeah,
could buy
because
more real
he's
estate?
right. He's a landlord. He's right. And he owns a lot of real estate. He has this. And all of a sudden, he's now tired of the city screwing around with him. Let's all leave. What do you mean, let's all leave? You leave. Give us all your property. Answer the phone, Rachel. Hello, you're on the air with Heshy and Rachel and Leah. Dimitri, get the other call. How you doing, Steve?
Yes, Big H, how are you? First of all, congratulations to your granddaughter, the only smart Tishla. She knows what to do with you.
That's
Put you
right.
on the floor and leave you there.
I got you. She's got me down. She melts me like I don't know, like a chocolate bar.
I see there's finally hope.
There is hope. But that's
Yeah.
Let's do it, baby.
To keep you under control. Good. First of all, happy, sweet New Year to you.
Happy New Year to
Happy
you,
New
my
Year to you,
friend.
too.
Happy New Year. Everybody together.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have a bulk drop it, okay?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Uncle Heshy, I wanted to know what your opinion is on the rent laws, not the new rent laws in New York, the general rent laws in New York. My friends in Jersey, if they don't pay rent, they're out the front door. In New York, it works totally different. I wanted to know what your opinion is
Right.
on it.
Well, it's not only so bad, they now even changed the laws even worse. Used to be you can give a 30-day notice and you can get the people out and then take them to court. Now you have to give a 60-day notice. Then you can finally get a court date, and you're talking 6 or 8 months. And if you have any violation on your house, even a violation that has nothing to do with the apartment, somewhere else,
I'm
boom,
listening.
you can't, right, Rachel? Learn. The tenant wins the court case. And it gets even worse than that, besides to get somebody out 6 months to get them out of your house, and you can make a deal with them. Again, the judge can overturn it. You can say, I need more time, and you get 8 months, 9 months. I now have a guy who rented an illegal, not an apartment, a commercial space. He then opened up an illegal massage parlor there. We can't get the massage parlor out. Now, we're getting violations from the city.
Hold on a second. He's the landlord?
No, the landlord is a client of mine, and he says, look, this guy opened up an illegal massage parlor. Here's the lease. Too bad they want to blackmail us and bribe us to give up our lease, $60,000. We're going to evict you because you have illegal use of the place, plus we're getting violations. And this is the deal we have to make out, that we won't be able to get this tenant out at least for 3 or 4 or 5 months, and the city is going to keep fining us till we get them out. And there's nothing we can do about it. These crazy laws that are being brought by the city council,
What's more
they
money?
do not care. No, but the city council, they don't care about anybody but themselves. They vote on stupidity, and you don't know where to find them. Like now, I just saw a tweet by Carmen Yeager. You know who Carmen Yeager is, Steve? He's our local
He's one
councilor.
of the greatest people around.
Right, one of the greatest people around, who I don't know where he is, and I like him. So he made a comment on tweet that they're right now breaking up all the sidewalks in Borough Park. One after the, you go wherever you go, streets are being closed. Nobody's giving them permits. The community board with Barry Spitzer has no idea of what's going on. So you know what tweeted Carmen Yeager? The only way we could stop them if I myself go and move those cones.
He does move the cones down.
Carmen, he moved one set of cones so he
For
can
his
get
own parking,
for
yeah.
his own parking space. This is what it is. This is your complaint. You have the community board that won't give me permission to close the street. You have a community board that gives me a hard time. I can't do it. I'll get arrested. But Con Edison, Keyspan, they could just close the cars, and he says he's sending the NYPD to threaten them. How do you threaten somebody when he opens up a sidewalk street where he has a right to open up a sidewalk street because he gets a permit? But you should at least control them, have them come into our neighborhood and not break 12, 15 blocks that, wow, to drive from one side of Borough Park to the other, I have to drive around. I was standing on the corner of Avenue I, not Avenue J, Avenue I. I'm telling you, it took me 20 minutes to drive from East 4th Street to Ocean Parkway. And people are cutting me off, and they're thanking me because I have no choice. Because if I cut over to the white boxes, the cop sitting on the corner is going to give me a ticket. And this is the crazinesses of our politicians, that all they know.
Let me ask you, what do you think of the people that game the system, the tenants? You are the landlord. You're a landlord.
It's not that the tenants, some of these tenants, I agree, need a break, need to get an extension, looking for time, but some of them are using the system terribly. I know a guy in court that I had to go testify. He owns his landlord $72,000.
Okay.
And the reason he's going to court, he says that the landlord is overcharging me. He says, but the landlord said, you knew before you rented the apartment, I fixed it over. You knew before I rented you the apartment that this is the rent. You knew before I rented you the apartment, and you signed on to the lease that not only can I enter on any fixing, but you signed on that you will move out exactly 60 days if you don't want the apartment anymore. Now, this is not a person that doesn't have the money or doesn't have the job. He came in there knowing to screw the landlord. And you know what his gimmick was? That the landlord filed a set of plans with the Department of Buildings and changed the occupancy, not the C of O, but the occupancy use. And he says, well,
what does that mean?
It means that you're only allowed to occupy the first floor. The guy created additional space to create a bigger apartment so he's able to raise the rent. If you change the space,
but where did he put him? A second floor?
He built him another floor, a ground level in the cellar or basement.
Mm-hmm.
He attached it, made a duplex, made a hole in the floor, made a beautiful duplex apartment. Since he changed the space, now remember, it wasn't that the tenant ever lived there. This was a vacant apartment. So the landlord improved it.
Okay.
By improving it, he's able to raise the rent, take it out of rent stabilization and free market. And what happened was this tenant found the gimmick and now sued the landlord.
How did he find out what the landlord
he
filed
went
as?
to DHCR because the landlord has to file with the city every year. And now he says, oh, well, you raised the rent too high, too fast. I am suing you and I'm not paying you.
Did
But
he
you
win?
signed over. We're still in court.
It's your client.
It's my client.
Against
And
your
that's what
client.
the city says. Oh, he's your client. You can't testify as an expert witness. But I said, why? I filed the
'Cause
plans.
you're
I
an
did the
Abdaba,
Anyways, we're coming to the
yes.
end of the show, everybody. Steve, thanks for calling in. Call back after the holidays.
I need you to help my friend. Take care.
Okay, my friends, call into the show anytime. Well, we only got one caller tonight, Rachel. I think it's your fault. But come back and listen to us again. We love you all. Have a great holiday. Fast well. Yankee, thank you. Leah, thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel, thank you for making us laugh. Good night, everybody. Listen again to the Just Enough Issue. We love you.